All right, y'all, it is part 3 of Can We Grow Tomatoes All Year Round in Any Climate? So pretty much just a little bit of backstory. If you're jumping in on part 3, I'll leave the other 2 parts down below in case you want to catch up, but I'll just fill you in case you don't want to. So pretty much Gary and Kelly from Gary's Grow Your Own Food sent us micro tomato seeds. I thought that this was pretty cool. And a lot of them are actually heritage, so I'll get to save the seeds and then do this again next year if I want to. They also sent us some dwarf varieties, which I am growing too. So pretty much in part 1 we germinated, and in part 2 we moved the germinated seeds from the little paper towel bags to a seed starting tray with a heat mat and a grow light because a lot of them had sprouted. Now I have a few that I want to move out of the seed starting tray and into pots. So that's what we're going to do today. Now the micro dwarfs need only a 1-gallon pot once they're full size, and the dwarfs will need a 5-gallon pot once they're full size. So right now I'm transplanting everything to a 1-gallon pot or smaller because they don't need anything bigger right now. All right, so here's my little setup here. These cells are extremely dry because there's nothing in them. So actually I'm going to transplant all of them. We have 6. So we have a dwarf, we've got some micro dwarfs back there, and then so some of them either didn't come up or they died in my care. Guys, I'm not an expert with seedlings. As a matter of fact, I think this year was the first year that I tried to do seed starting on a larger scale. So, but that's okay. I still have extra seeds for, I think all of those. So I did have a smaller grow light here. This is my really big grow light. And I got this out because we're going to be putting pretty tall pots under here and I wanted to give the tomatoes room to grow. But I did have just a small grow light that just sat over this tray. Obviously heat mat, I just moved this up onto the grow light stand for them. So this is a 36 cell pop out tray. It has a silicone bottom. I'll show you when we're transplanting. See, it's from Burpee. I really like this. Highly recommend. I have 2 seed starting trays or kits, I guess you could call them. I really like. It's this one, and then I have a kit from Girlfriend. It literally came with everything. It came with a heat mat. It came with a light. The light is what I normally use for this, and it came with a really durable tray. So I like both of those. This one's great. I like the pop outs. I don't damage as many transplants getting them out like that. So let's go ahead and transplant these little babies.
So I realized when I was looking for pots that I found 6, but the one was ceramic and it got broken in the process of getting soil for them. For those of you who don't know, we get all of our own soil. So in the process of walking it all the way over to where we make our own soil to back, it may have dropped and broke because it was ceramic. And I did find one bigger pot for my dwarf tomato, so I may not have to transplant that again. You'll see it here in a minute. But these pots, I think a couple of them may have been over a gallon, but honestly, it's not really a big deal if it's too big. It's only a big deal if they're too small. Obviously, it does use up more soil, but I'll reuse this soil for other things. I won't just get rid of it. I'll dump it back into the soil pile once I'm done. So that way we really never run out of soil. And our soil is pretty much it's our cow's stall bedding. So it's really just hay, manure, mulch, and then there might be some chicken bedding in there, some rabbit bedding. So there's just a bunch of different beddings mixed in, and then just regular old dirt from the field mixed into that as well. So you can see with this pop-out tray, it made it really easy to get these transplants. So I just took the tags out of the tray, put it in the pots. And this pot right here, this big gray one, is what I'm using for the dwarf tomato, which happens to be the smallest tomato out of them all, surprisingly. I did find that the fat frog variety did the best out of the rest of the ones that I planted. I was actually really surprised. It seemed to be thriving in its environment. And here's where I have them all set up. I will have to get one more pot. I left the smallest one in the seed tray for now. But here they are all set up under their grow light on their heat mat. I'll keep you guys posted, but I'm going to say you may not get another video until we get our first harvest because I'm not going to be doing much other than watering them.